centres transforming our local clubs. Luxury makeovers, including everything from fine dining to childcare centres and even supermarkets. Now their vision for the future is even bigger and better, and they'll do just about anything to get you through the door.
It's not about just beer, it's not about poker and shandy.
It's the evolution of the humble local.
We're getting quite a few of younger members joining, wanting different things.
Fine dining, craft beer, state-of-the-art gyms.
There's a lot of competition out there.
Hotels, childcare, supermarkets.
You've got Coles, you've got a Liquorland, and then you've got 8 other shops.
Clubs around the country are giving themselves a major makeover.
It's not only our club, it's many clubs that are evolving and transforming, and they need to remain relevant.
In the 60s and 70s, they were the pinnacle of glitz and glam. The local club was the place to see and be seen.
I don't think there would be many to compare with it.
They housed the biggest bands and biggest names. But our love affair faded. The fit-outs became dated, and the call of the cheap schnitzel was no longer so tempting.
There's so many clubs that haven't transformed over those years and are struggling today.
But there are others doing it differently.
I started here 25 years ago as an 18-year-old looking for a part-time job, I guess, initially, while I decided and tried to work out what I was going to do with my life. 25 years later, I'm still here.
Mark Condy started as a glassy and has pretty much worked in every role at Bankstown Sports Club in Sydney's West. He's now their chief executive.
Today we have 65,000 members and growing each year.
Clubs around Australia are making a really big effort to bring in the younger crowds. So for example, here at Bankstown Sports, they have 10 restaurants and 8 bars, and they even brew their own beer here.
Last year we opened our brew house, which is very exciting. It's one of probably the most exciting food outlets that we've created in this venue.
The brew house has 30 beer taps, 7 of which are Bankstown's own craft beer, brewed right here at the club. It's become so popular, 68% of the beer sold in the club is their own.
Was that ever the plan, to actually become master brewers on top of, running a club?
To be honest, initially our focus was just to have a bit of theatre and to be able to experiment with craft beer. We did not realise the importance and I guess the trend of craft beer in terms of the demand, and so we've had to upscale.
But it's not just the on-site microbrewery that's drawing the crowd. The club has every cuisine you could possibly desire. Freshly made noodles and dumplings, classic Italian, the Chinese even has its own in-house Peking duck oven. And while their food offerings are important, what's more impressive is their vision for the future. When construction is completed, the Flinders Centre will be a 10-storey tower attached to the club. It's a $55 million commercial development that Mark expects will bring a whole new clientele.
Above us, we're hoping by this time next year we'll have a fully operating UFC gym and an early learning school. And then the floors above that, right up until level 10, will be commercial tenants.
Other recent additions to the facilities include Australia's largest indoor playground, the renovated theatre, and a $20 million expansion of their hotel.
With our focus eventually, when it's fully complete, to be a 216-room hotel, which is a significant hotel in Western Sydney.
You've got Coles, you've got a Liquorland, and then you've got 8 other shops, a bank, Pearl Nails, a smartphone area, you've got a hairdressers, you've got a chook shop, you've got sushi.
Daryl Mellon began working as a barman at Revesby Workers in 1974. He became a director of the club in 1980, and he's been club president now for 7 years. He's overseen the commercial overhaul of the club, which leases space to supermarkets and other retailers. It also houses medical facilities, including GPs, dentists, and pathology units. Across the road, they own the building where the Icon Group Cancer Centre operates, a cutting-edge cancer facility for patients in the local area.
Up till now, it's cost us $140 million. That's with the fitness centre as well, with the childcare facility, the new food facility. We've just seen the 10-pin bowling area and the Carnival Kingdom, the kids' play area.
For Daryl and the board at Revesby Workers, it's all about supporting the businesses that give back to the community.
And it shows if you think outside the square and do it right, people will respond and you'll get the patronage.
That's better.
Membership has since doubled at Revesby in 8 years, from 35,000 to 70,000. And with childcare facilities, fitness centres and retailers, female attendance has also blossomed.
The old days of beer and a whole range of other things are over.
The clubs who are embracing these new opportunities are the ones who are really thriving, but it's important that they continue to provide facilities to keep the original patrons happy. Take here at Harbour Diggers, where they're currently building a state-of-the-art seniors village. Due for completion next year, it'll house more than 100 over 55s in independent living arrangements.
which means you don't distribute profits to members, you distribute it to the community generally. And that's what drives us.
Peter Carroll is the chairman of Sunnybank Community and Sports Club in Brisbane. He says change is inevitable in order to give back to the locals.
You'll soon be left by the wayside unless you keep upgrading, and you've got to do that on a very regular basis.
Though according to Melbourne's Box Hill RSL president Tony Bowden, some crucial things will never change.
So every Wednesday there's free haircuts to members?
The community have been watching and they've voted with their feet. All these places are going very, very well, which is terrific.